Shots fired near the Beverly Center. A bullet-riddled black Escalade flees the shooting scene and stops a short distance away in West Hollywood, right next to the sheriff's station, as deputies and paramedics swarm the scene. Tonight, one man shot and are on the run. Eyewitness News reporter Irene Cruz live now where it all began in Beverly Grove. Irene.
Mark, it all happened at this gas station here in Beverly Grove, and it ended in West Hollywood. Police are still investigating this case, but when it all started at this gas station, it happened just across the street from where thousands of people were shopping and dining.
Yeah, he blamed her. Shot a video and had a shootout in the same shirt. Play slow, I don't want no two you catch, I want the one I pay for. Be on it. TNA, you see how long they stay for. Ain't no hotel room, we pop outside the height with Drake. Yeah, no catch, they get off any scene. The police chase those. We shot your homie, we know he can take those. If I say your name, don't post it, I'll be on all count. I ain't got time to watch your page to see if that I know set you up, literally. Down the head, in this industry ain't good as same. Counterfeit, ain't no lacking. She say I'm.
Gotta say this, cause some of y'all in this room, y'all might not see next year. Y'all might not see next week. And I ain't saying that to y'all, cause a lot of y'all ain't got no fathers or none of that. So my position is here and here or like that. Because when I was young, ain't too many. Give me the game. You know you ain't got no dads out here. But I had to leave, I had to let that go. When I let that go, I started to grow. And I started to glow. And now I'm here today, and it was hard in the man. But I'm talking about this my big brother. I shared the cell with him. I shared the bed with him when we was kids.
Breaking news, Chicago rapper Lil Durk has been arrested in Florida. Jail records show he was booked into the Broward County Jail pending charges of murder for hire. Just yesterday, 5 people from Lil Durk's hip-hop crew were indicted on federal charges in Los Angeles in a plot to kill rapper Quando Rondo. Rondo survived a shooting in LA 2 years ago, but his cousin was killed. Investigators say Rondo was targeted because he was suspected of being involved in the Chicago rapper King Von.
In Atlanta, we will continue to follow this story and bring you new information as it becomes available.
Live familiar. I don't know if y'all noticed, but it has seemed as though we have been bombarded with information coming out centered around the hip-hop industry in the past month or so. Truth has been on an all-time rise in this industry. I'm talking about the doors have been blown off of the hip-hop industry, and it will never be the same. Now, if you've been living under a rock, you've probably not heard about Lil Durk, the founder of the OTF movement, Chicago native who appointed himself the voice of the streets and is the current hip-hop ambassador for not only the Twin City, but the entire drill scene as it currently stands. Durk, Devontay Banks, was recently arrested, him and a couple of his homies, on federal indictment charges. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, if Mr. Durk Banks was anybody else, he would have been gone. See, this occurred 2 years too late. The Grammy Award-winning U.S. rapper Lil Durk has been arrested on charges of murder for hire, according to CBS News, the BBC's U.S. partner. Police records seen by U.S. media show the star, real name Durk Devontay Banks, was arrested in Broward County, Florida on Thursday night and is being held without bond. Now listen closely, family, to my next words. The 33-year-old from Chicago has received 4 Grammy Award nominations, winning the prize for the best melodic rap performance in February for All My Life, featuring J. Cole. Lil Durk founded OTF in 2010, and the group are at the center of the city's drill rap scene. Lil Durk and OTF's arrest comes as 5 people associated with his hip-hop collective, only the family, were arrested on federal indictments in California, accused of committing a murder for hire that resulted in a death and was allegedly done in revenge for the death of a fellow group member. 3 alleged OTF members, Kevon London Grant, known as Cuz or Vonnie, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, known as Didi, Asa Houston, known as Boogie, were charged by a grand jury for their alleged part in the murder. According to court documents filed on October 17th and unsealed Thursday, Keith Jones, aka Flocka, and David Brian Lindsay, aka Brown Eyes, both said to be members of other gangs in Chicago, according to the documents, were also indicted. The 5 men cannot be immediately reached out to for a comment. OTF produces and sells hip-hop music from artists primarily from Chicago. Lil Durk is the founder of the collective, according to the Chicago Tribune, and has a 2018 album under the same title. Charging documents said that on November 6, 2020, a high-ranking OTF member described by the initials DB got into a physical altercation with someone referred to only as TB at a nightclub in Atlanta, Georgia. During the fight, prosecutors say an associate of TB pulled out a gun and shot DB multiple times, killing him. Though the victim was not named in the charge sheet, on the same date in 2020, NBC News covered the death of Daquan Bennett, a rapper who went by the name King Von in Atlanta, Georgia, who was a part of OTF and collaborated with Lil Durk on music. After DB's death, a person described as co-conspirator 1 made a clear and coded language that they would pay a bounty or monetary reward to anyone who took part in killing TB for his role in DB's murder, the indictment said. Then, according to the filing on August 18, 2022, the conspirators learned that TB was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. After learning of TB's location, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and a person described as co-conspirator 2, traveled from Chicago to Los Angeles for the purpose of murdering TB. That day, Grant also traveled by private jet from Florida to Los Angeles, according to the indictment. On August 19, 2022, Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2, used 2 vehicles to track, stalk, and attempt to kill TB by gunfire, including with a fully automatic firearm, resulting in the death of SR, who was a passenger in TB's vehicle. The indictment said on that day, Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2, tracked TB's black Escalade to a gas station on Beverly Boulevard, and Houston rode their vehicle to an alley behind the gas station and parked so that Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 could attempt to murder TB. Jones, Lindsay, and co-conspirator 2 allegedly fired multiple shots at TB, but ended up killing SR, and Wilson paid the bounty/monetary reward on behalf of the co-conspirators. The charging document said the 5 and co-conspirators used facilities of interstate and foreign commerce, such as planes, cars, cell phones, and the internet, with intent that the murder of TB be committed. Grant allegedly procured cars, ski masks, and firearms that were used to find, track, and kill TB. The indictment for the 5 men is on charges of conspiracy and the use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, use, carry, and discharge of firearms and machine guns, possession of such firearms, and furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death, possession of a machine gun, and criminal forfeiture. And by now, we got update information regarding this situation and the fact that Lil Durk was trying to flee the country whenever he found out about the indictment on his partners. Now, Lil Durk ultimately got picked up in Broward County, Florida, as is stated in the beginning, and ended up getting locked away. What makes this so ironic is the fact that we all know that Lil Durk had a lot going on, and the man was putting out music and making statuses and going live and speaking on little stuff cryptically that everybody knew was going on. And I think it's very important to mention the fact that Lil Durk had already been picked up on a shooting with the same very man that he was claiming to slide for in this situation. 2 years ago, Lil Durk had charges including attempted murder dropped following a non-fatal shooting in 2019 out in Atlanta, Georgia. This situation was between him and King Von. They were co-defendants. They were going to trial. The news was all there. We seen that famous clip of King Von looking back at Lil Durk. They were smiling, laughing, and joking. And then King Von gets killed out in Georgia. All of a sudden, Lil Durk's charges in this situation ended up getting dropped. That wasn't it from 2020 regarding OTF, Lil Durk, and King Von.
Fuck around, came across the room. Who the fuck is this cool?
Walked outside, ran into Tina.
Cool as hell, bro. This man got a Gucci flip flop, Gucci. This nigga cool as hell, man. I'm Smurky.
Because in that same calendar year, their partners and associates of OTF would be picked up on an indictment.
Hey, go ahead. What you want, move out?
For the murder of rival gang member and fellow Chicago native FBG Duck. And this situation got even crazier when you look back and really dig into the fact that FBG Duck's mother, Mama Duck, decided to file a lawsuit against Lil Durk, OTF, and King Von for the murder of her son, FBG Duck. She felt like Lil Durk had something to do with the slaughtering. And just when y'all thought that was it, family, it most certainly wasn't, because this situation comes on almost the anniversary of when a Chicago teen was killed in a robbery outside of Lil Durk's concert. And people were speculating about that when it initially happened. Back in October a year ago, there was a minority group of people who felt as though it was eyebrow raising how this young man was shot and killed in a robbery outside of just so happens to be Lil Durk's concert. Fast forward a year later, and you have a large group of skeptics who find it very ironic how this man was picked up near that anniversary. And those skeptics are people like myself, that they try to consider conspiracy theorists just to write what we say off as something crazy. But just stay tuned closer to the end of the video, family, because we're gonna bust all that wide open, and I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I mean by how everything that's centered around this situation is highly skeptical. Well, me firmly, I believe that there is no such thing as coincidence, and neither should you. And all the hocus pocus BS gotta be over with, right? They can't be playing no more tricks on us, right? Wrong. Because DJ Academics releases that numerous reports came online suggesting that another OTF affiliate, OTF Jam, may have wore a wire in this case involving Durk and others. These people said this man wore a wire. Like this is The Godfather. Like one of those old mafia movies, Don Corleone, they after him. Who still does that? With all this technology going on, who still does that? How stupid. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if they just think we are idiots or what they think. But the man reportedly served a 12-year sentence in prison and came home, then got booked shortly on a gun right after. Allegedly, Durk gave him $50K as a coming home gift. The man did 12 years and went right back for a gun case. I mean, come on, bro.
50, he ain't gotta ask again, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gotta ask shit, bro. He said he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fact.
More than that. More than that.
But shit, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way.
Now, I want y'all to ask yourself, why is it that it was important for them to point out that Durk gave him $50K? Why is it important that DJ Academics put this picture right here with Lil Durk looking like he's ascending to another planet? Why is all of that important? Why did he need to put all of that in there? Hold that thought though, family, because I'm gonna double back and I'm gonna give y'all what I believe is going on here in a second. But first, this situation is just one of many situations that has been going on in 2024. 2024 has been the year of exposing. It's the golden year, it's the year of truth, and a lot of shit has came out from the industry, man. Doesn't matter what part of the industry it is, man, whether it's the music industry, the entertainment, or, you know, the fashion industry. It's all one and the same, and it's been blown to pieces, man. I'm talking about, you know, the everyday common person who did not believe that this type of stuff was actively going on within these industries now knows what's going on. And one of the more disturbing situations that was outed right around the time that Lil Durk was picked up was this man, this disgusting human being, the CEO of Abercrombie & Finch. This man was doing some, man, I'm talking about, oh man, hey, look. I'm just gonna read it. I'm sure y'all probably heard about it, but I just want y'all to understand that all of these things are tied together, and the industry and all of its evils are being exposed in every aspect of the industry. Nobody's safe anymore. People are tired. Now let's go ahead and check out just a little piece of what this says. And if y'all want me to go in full detail in a video on this situation, go ahead and drop that down in the comment section. But I'm just gonna give y'all a little bit and how all of this ties into each other. Mike Jeffries, the former longtime chief executive of Abercrombie & Fitch, will be arraigned on Friday after being charged with running an international S3X track and a 304 scheme while leading a clothing retailer. Jeffries, 80, who led Abercrombie & Fitch from 1992 to 2014, is expected to enter his plea to 16 criminal charges before a federal judge. His employee, James Jacobson, will also enter a plea. Jeffries' partner, Matthew Smith, a dual U.S.-British citizen, was ordered detained and will plead later. Both face the same charges as Jeffries. Prosecutors said the alleged scheme ran from 2008 to 2015. They said Jacobson acted as a recruiter and paid men to have S3X with him, then chose who he would pay to travel to Manhattan, the Hamptons, and several countries around the world to have S3X with Jeffries and Smith. Victims were led to believe that their efforts could lead to modeling jobs, but the scheme's true purpose was to fulfill Jeffries and Smith's S3X-ual desires without tarnishing Jeffries' reputation, prosecutors said. According to the indictment, victims were forced to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants, use S3X toys, and perform S3X acts against their will. They were also required to sign non-disclosure agreements, the indictment said. Dozens of men were victims, including 15 identified in the indictment, prosecutors said. Each defendant faces 15 years to life in prison if convicted of S3X track, and up to 20 years in prison if convicted of interstate 304. The charges echo accusations in a 2023 BBC investigation and private litigation on behalf of Jeffries' accusers. Abercrombie has also been sued, but has denied knowing about Jeffries' alleged misconduct. The New York, Albany, Ohio-based company was not charged in this criminal case. If you ask me, family, this dude is a sicko. And for some reason, this goes on around the entire industry. So if this is consistently coming out, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, P. Diddy, and the list goes on and on. Then you had a criminal side. You got Young Thug, Lil Durk, you got the YNW Mellies of the world. Man, I can go on for days if we talking about the criminal side. But as far as like this side with these sickos in the industry, if you seeing like all of this stuff that's worth indictment consistently coming out, why not just investigate the entire industry and see who's doing what? Because at this point, everybody at the top seems like they have their vices and it's just all sick or evil. And that's just what it is, man. And honestly, when it comes to these men who are allowing themselves to be 304 just for a modeling opportunity, bruh, that shows you that you really don't have any morals. That shows you that your God is a dollar. And whenever your God is a dollar, you can easily be puppeteered and persuaded to do things that you wouldn't normally typically do. That is the reason why money is the root to all evil, because money can control people and make them go outside of their moral values, those values that their parents instilled inside of them since they were infants. And I'm not sitting here pretending like I know these people's family dynamics. I don't. But one thing I do know is most parents try to teach their children right from wrong, at least what they believe is right and what is wrong. Money is one of those things that'll really corrupt all that. It'll change all that. You feel me? And I'm sure, you know, most of us, if not all of us on here, has been through those temptations that money brings, man. It's just one of those things, man, where you got to understand that if it's not the Most High, do not chase it, because it's always going to lead down a dark path. And that's just the truth. That's just it. And that's just all of it. You feel me? And this next comment I'm finna make, a lot of y'all may not agree with. Y'all might say this is insensitive and, you know, whatever, man. I don't really care. It ain't no sensitivity over here. We're going to speak facts. We're going to speak the truth. If you sensitive, this is not the platform you want to be listening to or be around. You feel me? But on the cool, these men here, these are grown men. I do not feel bad for them. These men allowed their own fleshly desires to overshadow their judgment and get them caught up in situations where they allowed their manhoods to be taken due to a dollar. So no, I don't feel bad for them. But how does this tie into Lil Durk? And the reason being is because Once again, it is a crackdown going on around the entire entertainment industry.
It's what? Love my rich brothers, man. I got rich brothers around this bitch. Look at it. There go another rich brother. Big 6'4". Turkeys coming in. The turkeys coming in, ain't it?
Family, I want y'all to really understand that a lot of this stuff that the media says is very cryptic. This is the latest on Lil Durk. Lil Durk pleads not guilty on murder for hire charges as trial date is set. This man pled not guilty, even though he's the main one that told y'all that none of this stuff matters if your homie tell on you, and also been snitching on himself in his music. I'm gonna explain to y'all what I mean though when I say this stuff is very cryptic. But listen to Lil Durk telling on himself and then telling y'all about when your homie snitch.
You might plan if I think they really young though. When trial coming in, don't follow me, your homie though. You understand with his head down like you don't know me though. It ain't no point in getting no lawyer if your homie told me that you on the way back to the fast car and she mad. I'm mad, he mad, he glad.
That man literally told the ending. If that's not an example of foreshadowing, I don't know what is, man. Like, seriously. But Durk goes from that to go on to start trying to create positive music. Start to create songs with J. Cole, All My Life, and, you know, really showing off his Muslim heritage while also bringing out his ops on stage.
These angels who say to every single human being in their grave.
For those of you who don't follow or believe in Gematria, I just want you to know this frequency. And the ones who have power in this world, who create a lot of things, man, they actually worship the number. We don't worship the number. We worship the Most High, but we expose the number because these people actually worship it. So it's the best way to expose what these people have going on. You feel me? This man's name vibrates with Muslim in 3 different ciphers, which tell me that, you know, that's the reason why him and his father are connected to Muslims. That's what that tells me right there. You feel me? Not to mention that this is a 33 ceremony. And if you don't know what I mean by that, just stay tuned. I'm gonna let y'all know. But like I said, this man brought his op out on stage. Family, I need y'all to keep up with what I say on this. Now, the fact that he brought his op, alleged op, out on stage, who's really a BD, but still lightweight opposition because he hung out with FBG Duck and Yella and all them. He brought him out on stage not as a means of unity for Chicago, but it was more so a ceremony, a ritual, a seance right in front of your eyes. And what he was doing was he was letting y'all know that this is the end game. Y'all keep that in mind. More on that here in a second. First, I said this was a 33 ceremony. Like I explained to y'all in the beginning, it said 33-year-old, the 33-year-old, the 33-year-old. When you see those numbers in the headlines, that's them communicating with each other through the number. So that means this is a 33 ceremony and we have to follow the 33. Now, you don't only have to follow the 33, but the 33 will lead you to what they're talking about a lot easier. So I'm gonna give it to y'all from both sides, not only the 33, but the rest of the numbers and how they vibrate and, you know, correlate with each other to give y'all the entire ordeal on what these people are speaking about. Now, first, we're gonna start here. You got Lil Durk, Durkio, and then you also have Perky, which a lot of these rappers like to promote and whatnot. But that's not really important to the ceremony. Once again, you have Durkio, Lil Durk, both under the 33. You take his name and you tie that 33 into the media and what the media is putting out. What are all the news reports talking about in the news media on the television? Well, you get a rat OTF jam. I caught Lil Durk, Durkio of Jinn, meaning demonic entities, take life. Federal police help a jailbreak. He is Satan. DEA issue warrants. He's released. So right there, what you get is the actual DEA putting out a warrant, jam, snitching, and then eventually, which would be, you know, in the future, him beating this situation. That is what the frequency, the number is saying. Now we take that 33, we open it up, and we follow the full ceremony. And what we get is, a repetition of 87 and 522. Now, the rest of these numbers, they do vibrate with each other if we wanted to break them down, but we already know that the 87 and the 522 with the 33 all already correlate with each other, so we can just follow those. And what you get is War Games, Lil Durk, The Voice, Artists, Evil Artists, Streets. And here's where Quando and his peoples come in. Fallout, of course. We all know that they was cool at one point. Seahawks, so it's letting us know who the Fallout is with. If y'all don't know, Seahawks is a hat that the Rolling 60s represent as well. They use the Seattle Mariners and also the Seattle Seahawks as the football team logo that represents them. Then it says confirm, just confirming the Fallout and who it's with. Jump Me, so we also know that that's Quando. Just, putting more emphasis on that. We know what happened between him and King Von. Then you get Undeniable, Slaying, Planning, Started, Punish, Kill 'Em All, Ride or Die, Cash Out, Airlines, Idiocy, Aeroplane, they spelled it differently, Hamptons, Ballistics, Apprehend, Lock Up. And that's pretty much what you see in the news right now regarding this man, Lil Durk. And if y'all look down there in the right-hand corner, y'all will see company, white car, and boom, bitch. Basically, three things that correlate with the situation. Things that we heard when this situation initially happened. It was stated that a white car pulled up on Quando and Lil Pop, and, people hopped out and unloaded on them. Just wanted y'all to see how accurate the frequency is. When you follow it, you will see the fabric of a story, but you have to follow the frequency and the number, and it will tell you everything you need to know. Now let's carry on. When we continue to follow that 87 and 522, it ties into Puff Daddy. And this is why I tell y'all, all of this stuff is tied together. It's one big ritual. So Puff Daddy, Freak Offs, Channeling, Succubi, No Kidding, Apollo, Oh No No No, a PDF, but they spelled it a little different. We're gonna say Cast 8, Justice, Scapegoat. And we're gonna end it there. We could have kept going with the Puffy numbers, but I just want y'all to see how it all eventually ties in together. And basically what they were saying with that one was, for justice on P. Diddy and what he was doing to kids and everyone else, go ahead and chop off his y'all know what. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they getting extra with that one. Then it goes on into, the government part of this entire ceremony, which I didn't really dive into, kind of left it at what it is because it's about Lil Durk, and y'all see what it says right there. Now we do a deep dive into OTF Jam's numbers. It says OTF Jam snitches on Lil Durk for McDonald's, and even the McDonald's part is a ceremony within itself. But his says, I'm a dead man, OTF Jam. Weasel, India is a captain, knee deep, off grid. Crips embedded in sacrifice, but they spelled it a little different. The life described, Brick Baby, music hitman, ego death, job done, Jailbird, Florida. And as y'all can see, just a lot of stuff that has correlated around this entire situation. If you have followed it from the beginning, which we have covered on this here platform, and when this initially broke out, that man Brick Baby had a lot to say. Him, you had Big U speaking on a lot. It was just a lot going on, man. So it's no coincidence that his name is tied up into this frequency, man. But let's carry on. Now, family, when y'all see this Latin or Jewish cipher dressed in purple, this is the highest form, what they believe, the highest form of Magik. And this is where they get a lot of their information from. This is the main ceremony. This is the main ritual. This is the one that they pay attention to the most. And as y'all see, it states OTF Jam, Freemasonry, Bill Henry Gates, Stage Fake Phony, a maggot parasite loser, members of the occult, brutal strikes, play for keeps, start running, car hidden, and company, Mr. Chicago and Illuminati, GAY Muslim. And y'all see, I know y'all noticed the Bill Henry Gates. Yeah, he has his own ceremony within this one, but I didn't really deep dive into it like that. I gave y'all a few little details I was speaking about, like calling him a maggot parasite loser and saying, a lot of his stuff stage fake and phony. He's a member of the cult, stuff like that. But they was also speaking about Durk with that. It was tying them together in this ceremony and letting y'all know both of them are. But I didn't really deep dive into his because it would have ran this video on way too long. But I do want y'all to know that a lot of that stuff that was just said was stuff that occurred around this situation. And that's how you know the frequency will tell you what is going on. You feel me? Y'all gotta know, man. And I really don't even want to put that out there because I know a lot of y'all have a veil of your eyes and y'all don't realize how deep this thing really goes and how dark these people really are and how spiritual this world really is, man. These are spirits that are really speaking through the frequency, and these people know that. When y'all be wondering, how did the Simpsons predict all of this stuff? How these cartoons and movies predict everything that's gonna happen in the future? And y'all think that a lot of it is planning. And yeah, you know, some of it is planning, but these people, they follow the number. They follow this because this will give you insight as to what is to come. Remember that these spirits are outside of what we call space, time, and just, you know, this entire realm as a whole. They don't live in these parameters. Now we have a little Pop side of it. Now to really go deep into his side of the ceremony, but I'm gonna run through this very quickly because I'm not trying to make this video crazy long. But it says, Lil Pop, takeoff, vehicle, ambush, zero mercy, OF, passed. So right there, it's basically explaining to y'all what happened in his last moments and what they seen through the frequency and whatnot. Also mention takeoff, and you'll see his name tied into Lil Pop's name a lot, letting y'all know what it was for the industry. Now we carry over into the Latin side where it says Lil Pop, headstone, attack NICA, and sometimes they spell stuff like that, especially when it's a lot of cussing words. Demon of death, making sacrifice, QR agent, seeds of Cain, I'm frightened, I feel spied on, I hear you, heat's on, Pablo, die Crip, sleep in peace, off the table, no, kill QRD. So as y'all see, you know, it's right there, man. It got very dark very quickly, and they went into a lot on that. And once again, this is the frequency. This is not me going and putting anything up like that or putting it out there or saying that. This is the frequency. And once again, y'all see the 33 right there. I know it says 303, but that zero holds no value, so it's a 33. And if y'all know about this man Pablo, QRN, and all of them, they come from the 33rd. So the 33 lets me know that a lot of this stuff was staged. But as y'all see, it says right there, OG Boogie slid, Lil Pop, QRN is dead. And that ties us over into the 133. And when you look at that number 133, it says something within itself. It says 133. So it's telling you this happened to one of the 33s. And let's see what it says. Pablo, drill games, Cain and Abel, game on. Nah, die, bad blood, DDG, kill him dead, 4K Trey, die. And then y'all see the 33 and 1 where it says ambush. And don't get confused by the 33 and 1. It's the same as a 133. These people believe in duality. They believe in black and white, yin and yang. And a lot of people like to associate it with as so above, as so below, because the Most High said, you know, he separated the waters from the waters. But no, they believe in something totally different. They believe in a perfect balance of good and evil. That's why they represented by the scale. And it's just basically saying that as long as they do a good deed for every evil deed, then you know their life will be in perfect balance and perfect harmony. But let's carry on. Now we get into the 343. And if you listen to that number, it's telling you something as well. A 3 for a 3. So take one of mine or take one of yours. It's basically what you hear from that. Side note, so I can help y'all better understand things. I don't know if y'all reading all this. Remember, when you have numbers that repeat, 33, 22, 11, those numbers that have two of the same numbers in it, they cancel each other out. So you can call this a 43 ceremony as well. And like I said right here, that's a 4 versus a 3. Chicago natives say on 4 in them grave. But of course, it started out as folks and it eventually turned into folk. Once again, that man, Lil Pop, Quando Rondo, they banged the 33. They also sometimes say the triple 333, but they banged the 33. So that's where you get your 2 3s. Pop being 1 3, Quando being the other 3. King Von is from 64. He from O Block. So that's a 6-4. He's a 4. You get it? But if you put all the numbers together and you say 433, well, you'll take out the 4 and then you add 3 and 3. And what you get is a 6. So that's a 4-6 as well. These people believe in duality. So you flip that number around and you get a 6-4. Y'all following me? Quando Rondo is from 4K Trey. What is 4K Trey? 4003. Well, you cancel out the zeros because they have no numerical value, and that's a 43. Get that 43 again. King Von is from 64. That's why he has it tatted on his arm. Or you can reverse it, duality, that's a 4-6. The exact same amount of tattoos that Lil Durk has on his body. He has 46, and he announced that. He also has a tattoo of LA, the exact place where Lil Pop passed away, where a 3 passed away. So it was a 4 and King Von for a 3. You take my 4, I took your 3, allegedly. Let me say allegedly for, entertainment purposes only. Believe what you want to believe. I'm just showing y'all something that the numbers said. That's it. Don't mean I believe this. This is just what the numbers are saying. And that is the reason why you have Lil Pop represented as a 64 in Gematria, and you have Lil Durk being represented as a 343 or a 433 or a 43. You have so many different 46s throughout the course of this entire situation. Like OTFDD having 46 posts exactly on his Instagram, like I just explained to y'all. And remember OTFDD because he'll pop back up in this. Also, King Von is represented as the 6'4" or the 46 the day that he passed away. Like I told y'all in the little stamp that I put on there, whenever the month is not written in number form, you don't add it into the numbers. That's separate. They want you to separate that. So you have November 6, 2022. You add a 6, and then you add the number 2 and 2. You get a 4. That's a 6'4". The day that he passed away was a 6'4". Y'all get it? Take out November, keep the 6, add the 2 and 2, and you get a 4. Another 64. And once again, there's 2 3s, the 33. One of the 3s being Quando, the other 3 being Lil Pop. Lil Pop passed away exactly 21 months after King Von, which is a 3. Another way to do it is he passed away, Lil Pop, 21 months after King Von, which is a 3 again. Lil Durk was picked up for allegedly taking out Lil Pop 4 years later, which is your 34 or your 43. 3 OTF members were connected to it. They said 5 men in total, but 2 of them wasn't OTF. So you take the 3. That's what they trying to show you. Grab that other 3. So that's a 343 or a 433. You get it? And it says, greetings, big brother. I am the Dark One, God forsaken, Cain's father, demon of pride. Liken it to a demonic teacher, Grandmaster, Lil Durk. There's a need. Enter the top games, top drill, to talk a big game, kill another, gunning, Q millionaire. Speaking of Quando Rondo, calling him Q millionaire, not a Crip, soon it. So let me break it down just for a quick second. That was a demonic entity speaking of Lil Durk, telling him that he need a favor. He need Lil Durk to knock something off. Go get Quando ASAP, and let it be known exactly what they was talking about. Q millionaire and not a Crip. Basically begging for, him to go pick up that blood and whatnot. But let's carry on. For a nominal fee, fair prices, rollback price, son do it, tis time, spend time, dumping machine guns, and it's done. Last boom, fried his brain. And as y'all hear right there, the entity just carry on by saying, do this for a paycheck, for a fair price, the rollback price, you got to give me that on the love. Go do it right now. You got to get it done right now. That's the entity speaking to him. And once again, I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna believe in this because a lot of y'all don't believe in spirituality, but I promise you, you will see it eventually. Before your eyes close permanently, you will see it. Let them cook, Q. Boom, in the end. Brain melting. It's time, Lil Durk. Last licks. The lone leader. So right there, as y'all see, that's just the spirit taunting Quando Rondo, basically telling him, hey, he got cooked, let him cook. And then telling Lil Durk, these are last licks, you're the lone leader, you're last one standing. This is the win, this is W. And once again, this is all alleged. This is not me claiming this. This is the number, the frequency that is claiming it. I'm just following the number on whatever these people are putting out. What's the headlines, putting that in and following that number. And this is what it's bringing me to. This is what the ceremony is opening up to. This ain't me going in there and just, making up some stuff about them. This is the number. following it and following the situation. But let's carry on. Lil Durk, he killed a man in LA and then shot before. Hey, he in OTF going fed. Fact is, BD, he killed him. Killer of them. Killing is bad karma. Karma is karma. Karma is a BITC. Lock up Banks people. He led Chiraq demons. Prince of Air. So right there, what y'all see is the same spirits pretty much turning on him and doing what those spirits do, turning their back on you whenever you make pacts and deals with them and you listen to them. Only thing they want you to do is crash out. They want you to lose your soul and crash out. They want you to suffer in the worst way. That's why you cannot follow these entities. You only follow the Most High. Like I told y'all in the beginning, man, you got to follow the Most High, because the Most High is the only truth, the light, in a real way. And once again, this is not me putting this out there. This is not me putting any allegations on the man. Like I told y'all, this man is going to come home. He's going to walk free. He's going to walk scot-free on this situation. He will not get convicted. And I'll be surprised if his trial takes any longer than that man Young Thugs did. I'll be surprised about that. I see Durk coming home in, less than a year and a half, probably even next year, depending on how it goes. But it says 353 now. We in a different ceremony. Durkio, end of the road. Control, Alt, Delete. Plane ticket. Satanic pagan. Offer sacrifice. Time to kill. Kill the rat. Killing for cash. Crime rings. Killing in the name of the flag Islam. Hip hop hot. So as y'all see right there, it told him once again, to go ahead and make that sacrifice. This time, get the rat. OTF Jam, the one that told on him, and that it was going to pay up. And pretty much, he killing in the name of Islam, in the name of his religion. And that's wild to me, man. When I seen that, that was wild. Made my jaw drop to the floor. But once again, man, if y'all want to second guess any of these numbers that it gave to me, y'all can feel free to put the numbers in your own calculator, your own Gematria calculator, and you can come up with the same numbers. And I could have broke this down a lot more, but once again, I didn't want to go deeply into this video. And I'm starting the Patreon, man, so we can really touch on things like this, and I can give y'all the full scripted, unedited version, just pure unadulterated truth. That way y'all know what's really going on, because it's a lot of censorship on a lot of these platforms, man. But let's carry on. This was the major part of the ceremony, and I knew it was because they put it in parentheses originally, and then they brought it back up again whenever he pled not guilty and put it in slashes, murder for hire. So that's the part you really want to look into. If it's, darker than the rest, capitalized, that is the part they want you to search. So when you search murder for hire, it's murder for hire, then you see 32. And that's what the news was originally saying. His age was 32, but he actually turned 33 before he got picked up 5 days before. Entertainment, beginning of the end, lifting the veil, Day of Atonement, punishment, federal PD, Lil Durk, supervillain, police station, CIA, killed King Von, drill music death, AO, and y'all see the other word, rap music death, beast rappers die, Lil Pab, a CIA kill in LA, 9mm, LA, California, deaths, blood and bullets, truck drive-by. And right there, we don't even got to overanalyze that. Those words just said a lot by themselves. And all of these different frequencies that we got, what we got out of here, I put them together and try to put them into the story as best as I could. So, without me explaining what the story is, y'all can go back and look at it yourself, and just read through it and see what it says. They stacked up in order as best as I could get them, to give y'all the fabric of the story that, this frequency is explaining. You feel me? But on the cool, man, this ain't it. And, honestly, when I told y'all that Lil Durk was showing off the end game by bringing out his op, that's what he was doing. It was him letting y'all know that it is the end of the old Durk. It is time for a rebirth. He's going through a ceremonial rebirth right now. And that's what his incarceration is. You'll see this from artists all the time. They'll go through humiliation rituals and then, eventually go missing for a while, come back and be reborn. You'll see the death ritual, you'll see the incarceration ritual. It's the same thing that Young Thug is going through as well. Young Thug's been reborn again. Gucci went through it. And I can go on and on through the list about artists and celebrities who went through this same ritual. He's 33 now. So it's time for him to elevate to another level. And that level is doing away with that drill music scene and really promoting a different message, but with the same message as well. And that's why you've seen him in the game, on stage, by letting it be known, he feels bad for the other side and everybody who passed away due to the nonsense that was going on in Chicago. It wasn't real. It wasn't real. It was just a facade to get everybody emotional, and also, to make people believe that he was trying to dodge going to jail. Going to jail was part of the plan. Like I said, he'll be coming home. That's going to be his rebirth. That's his rebirth. You got to understand what these people believe in. They believe in this. You have to have a rebirth. You have to go. That's just what it is. And it was his time. That man ain't worried. He's excited because he's going to elevate to another level. The money that he's going to tap into whenever he comes home, it's going to be totally different. He's going to be one of the most respected artists on earth. He's going to be one of the biggest artists on earth. And he pretty much going to do whatever he wants to do. And that's just what it is. That's what he signed up for, and that's what he's going to go through. Mark my words. I'm totally here to y'all first. Durk is coming home. I know 50 just told y'all that as well. But I've been putting this video together longer than that. I promise y'all. This man is coming home. He's not going to go through no time, man.
Hey, can I do something for y'all real quick? We're in the building tonight, you know what I'm saying, Chicago. We show a lot of love to the world that was deeply, you know what I'm saying? If you're here with your best friend tonight, if you're here with your family tonight, make some noise. But this is what I want y'all to do, right? Look to your left, look to your right, you know what I'm saying? Don't do it with nobody you know one time, right? I want you to show love to them, shake their hand, give them a hug one time. See, they don't want to see Chicago like this. Y'all give us some love, show some love. We'll give us some love one time. Shout out my brother J-Man one time in this motherfucker, man. So look, right?
You see FBG done.
I'm gonna do something ain't never been done one time, man, right? We gonna show love to everybody we lost in Chicago. So I need everybody put their phone lights out one time. Phone lights up, phone lights up. We together tonight. I'm on y'all feel. I'm on that, you know. Alright, look, Rich.
It look real nice out here, man. I know some of y'all can put some more lights on. Come on, let me see everybody.
Lights up, lights up. Hey, Rich.
Yes, sir.
Keep your lights up one time, right? For the whole time, for the 20 seconds, right? We'll do a moment of silence. For everybody who we lost in Chicago, everybody, even if your face ain't on here right here, still showing the love. Count down on you, Rich.
Let's go. Over the side.
What a coincidence. It all ended in the same place where it began at, in Chicago. And what ended it was the same thing that started it from the beginning. Crazy, right? Man, this is all a game. It's all a stage. I'm trying to tell y'all. But if y'all want to know what this was all about and what they were truly speaking about in secrecy, let me go ahead and give that to y'all before we walk up out of here. Now, like I told y'all, murder for hire was the main headline they kept putting out. So that's the main ceremony that they wanted to speak on. I didn't go into the Jewish side of it, the Latin side. But I'm gonna just give y'all the other side, and y'all let me know what y'all think, because I believe this was a beautiful message from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Now check this out. Okay, like I said, murder for hire. That's what the ceremony is. Let's set that to the side and see what the real truth was behind that ceremony. Children of Israel, hidden history. Slaves no more. Know thyself, soul and spirit. Power on now. Flip the switch. Lifting the veil. How to wake up. Stop smoking. Clear your mind. Drop the world. Tribes of Israel, stay strong. God's trumpet. It's just us, forever and ever. The Most High God. What love means. God of heaven and hell. He will counterpunch all very soon. Nation of Israel, warrior light, temperate and ready. Peace be with you. Hallelujah Yahuwah. Time's up, Satan. Beginning of the end. Satanic deception. Judgment has come. Y'all see that? Beautiful. Like that is truly beautiful. Hallelujah Yahuwah. Think about it. We've been saying hallelujah. But right there, telling us, Hallelujah Yahuwah. His real name, Yahuwah. Man, that's a warning message from the Most High. He on his way. He coming to get his people. The ones who are the true people, the true chosen. They hit our history. They hear who he was. But he's going to wake us up. It's the wake up call. That's what it is. It's a warning. Wake up call. Time to get up, people. Get ready. Come on, we finna go. We finna get this all together. Yeah, y'all tempered and y'all ready. Y'all angry because they took everything from y'all. Y'all don't know who y'all are. Y'all angry because it's so much tougher for y'all. But y'all still find a way. Because I'm always with y'all. As long as y'all call on me, I'll always give y'all a way out of all of y'all suffrage. That's what that is. And even if you look at the message on the surface, the murder for hire message, you know, they was warning and giving a wake-up call to the industry. Like, this is the beginning of the end. All of these situations occurring back to back to back. 2K24 was just the beginning. It's the golden year, the year of truth. You know, and I can't keep on feeding y'all this stuff that's toxic for your soul. You know, a lot of y'all may not believe on here, but hopefully y'all stick around, man, so y'all can really, you know, try to see the truth and see where we can grow together. That's what I want to do. You know, I want to help y'all grow together. Help me, help you, help us. Let's grow together. You know, the time is now. You know, it's coming. We ain't got too much longer here. You feel me? And like, even if I would have went into Quando Rondo's numbers was really about Trump. It was letting y'all know about Trump even before the election. I started running his numbers before the election, and it was all talking about Trump and what Trump is coming to do. Clean house. Get rid of all of, you know, the corruption within the government. Now, will he be allowed to do it? I don't know. But one thing I do know is the Most High is using him to get rid of something. We all vessels. We all being used. Just know that. But you just got to make sure that you're being used for the right purpose. And I hope that y'all accept this message that I'm trying to get to y'all. And I want all of y'all to know that I love y'all and I can't keep on giving y'all destruction. That love makes me want to give y'all good fruit and bear good fruit. And I'm not just saying that like these other YouTubers who say they love y'all and, you know, it's just come back and give me views, man. That don't matter to me. Y'all see how long I've been absent on here. That don't matter to me. I only came on here to rock out with y'all because I wanted to lock in with my people. I wanted to be able to reach and have a conversation with my people. Something uplifting, something that can grow us in the future. But, you know, a lot of politics got involved. And I ain't gonna lie, I got tired of the politics. So now I'm gonna do it my way. And I'm gonna give y'all what I feel like, you know, puts my soul at ease, giving y'all the truth. You feel me? That's real love. You know, that's real love. I couldn't keep holding that back. Nah, I can't. You feel me? And I hope y'all understand and I hope y'all accept this. This is our time to grow, family. It's our time. Peace and blessings. All praise be to the Most High.